Howdy, this is Michael LaBelle.
Adrian O'Hanlon,
Kelly Rothbun,
and Christine Spencer. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of old media with a presentation named Death of Old Media by Convergence.
In this presentation, we will discuss the major contributing factors of the decline of old media, including convergence and social media technologies like Pinterest. We will argue that convergence contributes to the death of old media, run down a brief history of media leading to the rise of Pinterest, tour the Pinterest website, discuss Pinterest's role in convergence with old and new media, and provide our conclusion from the study.
Our argument is that convergence contributes to the decline of old media. Social media technologies such as Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest increase the level of competition in the industry. Older publications continue to spend money on ink and paper while the new outlets have cheap levels of entry online. Our case study looks specifically at the effects of Pinterest on older forms of media and how the increasingly popular site contributes to the dissolution of old media.
the 7th edition of Media Now discusses the stages of economic development. Before agricultural societies developed, most people lived nomadic lives as hunters and gatherers. Communication was strictly verbal, featured by folk tales, ritual chants, and later by Homer's Iliad and Odyssey.
Society then transitioned into an agricultural environment where most people worked as farmers, miners, and fishermen. Sumerian culture is credited with the Greco-Roman method of writing that developed into our present-day alphabet.
Christian monks copied books by hand as society moved into its industrial phase. Inventions such as the steam engine, the Gutenberg press, and the cotton gin were staples in this era of society. The informational society today features information workers that process, transform, or store information in media industries such as the telephone, print, film, and the internet. One of the newest social media technologies is Pinterest.
According to Lipinski, the internet is often viewed as a replacement for old modes of communication, a tool used by news seekers, including public officials, to bypass traditional news media.
Pinterest is a virtual pinboard. Pinterest allows you to organize and share all the beautiful things you find on the web. You can browse pinboards created by other people to discover new things and get inspiration from people who share your same interests. Pinterest's mission statement says, "Our goal is to connect everyone in the world through the things they find interesting. We think that a favorite book, toy, or recipe can reveal a common link between two people. With millions of pins added every week, Pinterest is connecting people all over the world based on shared tastes and interests." Pinterest is an example of how magazines are converging with newer forms of media in order to reach more followers. Now magazines are not only using hard copy sales, but also the internet to boost their readership and sales. A new way they're doing this is through Pinterest, where they make their magazine available for people to explore. If you search Fitness Magazine, for example, you can find it on Pinterest. Make sure you click on People in order to find the specific magazine. Here you will find Fitness Magazine organized into different sections such as workouts, recipes, or fitness inspiration. If you click on a category such as recipes, you can click on an item to repin to your board. Once this is repinned to your board, it is shared with all of your followers. Also, if you keep clicking on the item that you like, you will be directed to the magazine's online version where you can view or even buy the product. Magazine subscribers no longer need to buy a hard copy of a magazine to see the product and ideas that they like. Instead, they can go to Pinterest and share with all of their friends for free. And that's the end of our Pinterest tour.
Convergence is a phenomenon involving the interlocking of computing and information technology companies, telecommunications networks, and content providers from the publishing worlds of newspapers, magazines, music, radio, television, films, and entertainment software. Media convergence brings together the 3 C's: computing, communications, and content.
Convergence has occurred at 2 primary levels. First, through technologies where creative content has been converted into industry-standard digital forms for delivery through broadband or wireless networks for display on various computer or computer-like devices, from cellular telephones to personal digital assistants to digital video recorders hooked up to televisions. The second level is through industries, where companies across the business spectrum from media to telecommunications to technology have merged or formed strategic alliances in order to develop new business models that can profit from the growing consumer expectation for on-demand content. Pinterest is a website that allows people from all over the world to connect with each other based on shared interests. Pinterest can be used as an example of convergence between old and new media because older forms of media such as magazines are using the internet in order to broaden and expand their audience reach.
The centralized architecture places all the applications, management, and network connections in a single point. According to Gary Auden's study of convergence, centralized architecture places all the applications, management, and connections in a single location. Pinterest follows the same format, combining millions of websites, photos, and other connections to interest on one site.
In a study of the digital divide, Lu Wei discussed how convergence affects both the older and younger generations. As the younger demographic continues to push for convergence and online media, old media suffers along with its audience.
Although convergence contributes to the death of old media, according to Abrahamson, not all hope is lost as old forms of media implement newer technologies. But in the end, old media will not survive the competition from new media.
Well, that's the end of our presentation. Here's our references.